Welcome to another video, A Walk on the Wild Side, and I am not in Blackpool in this video. I am down here in the city of Gloucester. Listen. Can you hear the bells of Gloucester Cathedral? I was actually here last year. I came down this way to see the Severn Bore, the River Severn Bore. That's the tidal surge that you get along the River Severn. That's why I've come here. I've come here again to see the Severn Bore. We've got the biggest bore of the year. It's happening tomorrow, Monday. This is the biggest bore of 2025, and it's not quite as big as the one last year, but I still think it's going to be pretty good, and that's why I've come down to Gloucester, because it's not too far away from the River Severn. We're only probably about 10 minutes drive away from a place called Minsterworth, which is where I'm going to be watching the Severn Bore pub. But anyway, in this video we're going to be taking a little look around Gloucester, and I believe there's even a pub here that serves my favourite brew, draught bass. It's called the Imperial Inn. Might have to check that out a bit later on. So what do you think to that? Gloucester Cathedral, yeah? I love the sound of the bells, the church bells on a Sunday, as I'm filming this on a Sunday. Now last time I stayed here, I actually kept in my van close to where the river was. I kept over in a church car park, funny enough. But this time I'm staying in an Airbnb right in the centre of Gloucester. So what I'll do now is I'll take you on a little tour of the Airbnb that I'm staying at. You know, when I was here in Gloucester last, I was quite impressed actually. I really like the place. It's very old, it goes back a long way. Now the last video I did do here was a little bit dark. I took a little bit of a walk on the dark side, but this one's going to be a bit different. We've got a nice day today. Look at this, oh, beautiful sunshine. And we're on the main drag here. This is the High Street. Look at that pub there, Robert Rake's House. That looks old, doesn't it? Look at that. We've got a church just across the road as well, look at it does go back a long way. Got some really old buildings surrounding the cathedral. But anyway, the Airbnb is just down here on the right hand side. It's just after this place here. Yeah, so it's very handy for a pub, this Airbnb. So what we'll do is we'll just stick my card on here, get a beep, and then we open the door and go inside. Here we go, folks. So I'm not slumming it in this video. I'm not sleeping in my van. I'm sleeping in a nice apartment. The only thing is I've got to walk up the stairs. I don't think they've got a lift in here, but I'll put the price of what it cost in here for one night. I'm staying here with someone else, so there's two of us staying here tonight. So that's how much it cost, and I've already actually been in here, and it's actually quite big. It's quite impressive. If any of you saw my trip to Birmingham, it's fairly similar to that apartment. I stayed in there in the middle of Birmingham, but the view is not as good. Oh, God, I'm out of breath already. Anyway, let's check out this apartment. Now, I think it's this one here, 204. We're in. Here we go. Now then, what do you think to this? I am just going to go straight in to one of the bedrooms. I think this is a bigger bedroom. Let's put you on wide. Oh my God, that bed is massive. What do you think? So this is the biggest bedroom. Can we see outside the window? Well, unfortunately not. I can see a little bit of that church there, but that's about your lot. But anyway, let's go and check out the kitchen. Okay, check it out. So this is the kitchen. Look at this here. So we've got a fridge, washing up, sink, microwave, kettle, toaster. There's also got a hob here as well and an extractor. Check it out. It's a massive apartment. What do you think? Sofa there. It's big enough for a big family. You just don't get a very good view out of the windows. So let's have a look this way. There you go. So this is the kitchen. And let's check out another one of the bedrooms. Okay, so this is actually my bedroom that we're coming into now. My friend has got the bigger bedroom, so there's no windows in this one. But I think that bed's big enough for me. And we've got a TV as well. Let's have a little look at the bathroom, shall we? Now then, what do you think? It's quite fancy, isn't it? Yeah? So there you go, that was a little tour of the apartment that we're staying at here in Gloucester. And now I'm just going to set up here, get all my stuff out, what I need. We're only staying here one night. And now it's time to check out the rest of Gloucester. Okay, so I'm just leaving the apartment, and I tell you what a lovely day today. Just look at this. Oh, it's nice and warm as well here in Gloucester. It's a bit like being in Blackpool, but anyway, we're going to take a little look around now for locations where we're going to be watching the Severn Bore, because there's quite a few locations that you can see it from. Like I said, the last time I saw it was from Minsterworth, so we're going to have a little look around. It's quite lively here on the main drag here, and so we're going to do that now, and I'll come back a bit later and we'll take a further look at Gloucester, and then I might even check out that pub called the Imperial Inn and see if they've got my favourite brew on draft bass. Minsterworth. The River Severn is that way. Rather quaint. Okay, so I'm now back. I've had a bit of a break checking out locations for the Severn Bore. That will be a separate video, by the way, if you want to see the Severn Bore. We're looking towards Custom House, something to do with the docks. Now that's one thing I didn't look at last time I was in Gloucester. I did not look at the docks. So this road here is called Commercial Road. What have we got here? Hop and Kettle. Just up there, I saw that big artwork thing last time. I didn't go any further. But anyway, let's check out the dock, shall we? We'll head over this way. I think we'll get to it over it. Now a little bird tells me that there's a Wetherspoons down here. Now I went to a Wetherspoons last time. It was in the Regal in the centre of town. But there's one down here by the water, so I want to go and check it out. Now then, look at this. I don't know how I missed this last time, folks. Isn't it fancy? Look at all this here. We've got these big massive houses here. Victoria Warehouse, big converted flats. It's not going to be cheap, is it, to buy one of them, is it? And look at this here. We've got canal boats, look. How did I miss this last time? I don't know. But I'm here now. Yeah, there's a really nice light now compared to before as the sun gets a bit lower. Food dock, yeah, it's very fancy around here. Quite busy as well. Look at all the people here, look at all the boats, the yachts. Very fancy. You know, I can't actually believe I missed this last time. Gloucester Dock. Someone told me, oh, you missed Gloucester Docks, Stephen. You should have gone to Gloucester Docks. And they said there's also a Wetherspoons there as well. So when I heard that, I thought, well, I better get back down there when I come back to Gloucester. So here I am. We've just got to find the Wetherspoons now. Got some right fancy trees here. Check these out. Look at these trees here. They're all shaped into squares. That one there must be an older because it's got catkins on it. Look. Anyway, look at this. Oh, isn't it fancy? I never knew about any of this. You know, I can't believe just how many of these warehouses there are here at Gloucester Dock. It reminds me of like the Albert Dock at Liverpool, but this seems bigger. And then you've got Manchester as well, you know, Salford Quays. Well, this is really impressive. Yeah, just look at all these warehouses. We've even got a church here, look. I can see a tall ship down there. I've got to go to that. Got a bit of a railway track leading up here as well. Check out this ship we've got here. Is that a clipper? I'm not an expert on ships, but I'd say that is probably a clipper. I might be wrong. We've got some fancy apartments over there as well to add to all the other ones. See some barges down there. If I look this way, we've got Gloucestershire College over there. Check this out, we've got a dredge. Look at that. That is amazing. Look at them buckets there, look. So those buckets will just spin around and around and go up and then come back down, and they'll just dredge mud and silt. This is the first time I've ever actually seen a dredge like that. That is amazing. That's amazing, that dredge, isn't it? You know, the only time I've ever seen a dredge like that, actually, is on those gold mining Have you ever seen the gold mining programs where they use these massive big dredges, a bit bigger than that one actually, to mine, and then they get the gold out of wherever they're mining? Yeah, that's amazing. Look at that, we've got a National Waterways Museum up there as well. Wow. I can see some excellent photograph opportunities down here as well. Down by these docks, yeah, with the reflections. Anyway, what can we see over here? I spy, oh, look at that, a Wetherspoon. I think I've found it. The Boat Cafe. Interesting. Dogs welcome. Here's the front of the National Waterways Museum, Lanterney Warehouse. And just next door to that is the Lord High Constable of England, the Wetherspoons. Now then, this is the Lord Constable, one of two Wetherspoons in Gloucester. The other one is the Regal Cinema in the city centre. Check it out. So I've just been checking up on the Lord High Constable of England, and apparently it's one of the high officers of state to the Crown. Yeah, so the Lord High Constable is one of those very, very high up. I think it's all probably ceremonial these days, you know, but yeah, there you go. Oh, drinks are out. I'm on the coke in this pub. The next pub, if I get to it, the Imperial Inn, let's see if they've got the draft bass on, something a bit harder than a Pepsi Max, I think. Well, the food has just arrived. I got myself a pepperoni pizza. Look at that. Come on. I'm pretty hungry. No, by the way, I just went to the toilet, which is up the stairs, of course, here in the Wetherspoons, and I almost fell over on the steps there. It's a right weird design of staircase. I've not even been drinking. Okay, so that was the Lord High Constable of England. And by the way, the friend that I'm with is called Frank in Blackpool. He's got his own channel on YouTube. You might want to check it out. I'll put a link to that in the description. But we're going to now head through the centre of town towards the Imperial Inn, where I believe they serve my favourite ale, draft bass. And I'll probably get one for Frank as well. So I just put a little bit of drone footage on there that Frank in Blackpool provided for us, and when he was flying, by the way, some guy came out of one of those little cottages over there and he said, "Are you flying a drone?" And he said, "Yeah." And he said, "Oh, we can't fly drones around here. Lots of flats." He's talking about all these flats. I thought, God, what an idiot. So we're just coming up to the main drag here in Gloucester. I do like Gloucester because there's lots of history around, so many old buildings. And look at that there. Come on Blackpool, are you watching? Blackpool Council? Look at these planters here. In Blackpool we have concrete planters in the middle of town that don't have any plants in them. Oh, I remember that place, I showed that on the first video. The Brunswick Baptist Church. We've even got trees in the town centre, something else that Blackpool doesn't really have. I can hear music coming from somewhere down there. They're having a bit of a party down there. Take a look at this here. I didn't see this last time I was here. Just above the jewellers, bakers, look at that there. Wow, autonomous bells, is that what you call them? I think they go off regularly during the day. Okay, check it out. Look, there's a clock up there as well. How interesting. I might have to come back and check them out tomorrow if they're working. New Inn Lane. Looks a bit like the Shambles, this in York. Oh, I can hear sirens, it's kicking off in Gloucester. But I'm just across the road from the Imperial Inn. I've been here before on the last video, but it was closed. I was here on the wrong day, I think it was a Monday. And they're not open on Monday. But I can get a pint of Bass in here, hopefully, if it's on. Fingers crossed. So let's go and check it out. Well, that's promising. Bass ale available here. Okay, so I'm now inside the Imperial Inn and good news. Check it out. We're all watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on the TV. But look at this. The magic is right here.
Don't you worry. B, spacecraft Discovery 1. And that is my final answer. Thank you very much indeed. I told you. I said last year I got right.
Okay, so this is my friend Frank of Frank in Blackpool Flame on YouTube, getting followed. And Frank, you've just had your first pint of Bass. What do you think?
Well, I've been brought up in pubs most of my teenage life. My dad got in the Good Beer Guide for Bass itself, and I have to admit this is one of the finest pints of beer I have drunk in a very, very long time. It's an absolute pleasure to drink Bass, especially in Gloucester.
So there you go, he gets a seal of approval from Frank. I've made it into a Bass head. Right, okay, we are just leaving the Imperial Inn now here in Gloucester city centre, right in the city centre. Yeah, look at this. Right on the main drag. I got Frank on the Bass as well, in a Bass glass as well, so that's a bonus. And I think I'll wrap it up there now, folks. So that was my second trip here to Gloucester, and we took a look at the docks in this video. Not quite as dark as if you watch the first video I did here, it was a little bit on the dark side, but there you go, that's it for this video. I hope you like it, and if you do, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and tick the bell for notifications of new videos, and I'll see you again on the next one.